Okay, gonna do sound check before we get started. Make sure everything's working good. I got like mice everywhere here. I don't know what's what. So let's make sure we got sound. Okay, great. We have sound. All right. Okay. Well, my keyboard's way over there. I don't know, I'll try to keep an eye on the chat, but it's going to be behind me. So that's going to be a little difficult to manage, so forgive me. Let me, yeah. Alright, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. How y'all doing? Um, so, I am on an RTX 2070, as you can see there on the NVIDIA overlay there. Now it doesn't show the wattage, unfortunately. I mean, not the wattage. It doesn't show the CPU speed. It just shows the utilization and the GPU utilization. So the card's running at almost 200 watts. So it's working hard. The fans are, well, as you can see, 3,000 RPM. So they're working. My all-in-one cooler is also working hard on that CPU. So, oh, what happened? Why did it minimize? What did it do that for? Minimize, that was weird. Um, anyway, so the memory clock is at 7,200, which is actually higher than I've ever seen it. I do have the power limiter, like I think it's max. I don't know what it is. It's like 110, I think, or something like that. So that might be why it's getting up there a little bit. I also have the. I was trying to overclock the CPU, but I wasn't having a good time doing that. So what I did was I just unlocked in the BIOS where it can use all the cores at boost. But the boost, who knows what it is? Because right now it's only letting me go at like the speed of the processor is 4.1 minimum on each core. So I think the official boost for the 7820X is either 4.5 or 4.7 gigahertz. It's not as high as the other chips, because I think it's made more for like server stuff. Um, but it's been doing me well. I mean, it's running fine for me. So I was gonna try to get up Afterburner here, but it just oh, actually Afterburner is not even running. Why? That's weird. Huh. Why isn't it running? It should be running. It was running yesterday. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. So now we got both of them running. So it's still not showing the CPU speed. Hmm. I don't know. I can't get Afterburner to show the information. Anyway, I gotta get started. We're taking too long here. Whatever. You got the frame time graph there, so you can see that. You know, again, I mean, I could put up hardware monitor. It's just stupid minimize all the time. I hate that. It's like when you put it in windowed mode, it's like, well, it should work actually because I got it set at 1080p. Although I think the desktop is at 1440, so when you put it on windowed mode, it goes really small. No, that's weird. Huh. Okay, now they make me into a liar. Well, maybe I changed the desktop to 1080p, whatever. Alright, anyway. I'm really stressed out today. My brain is just going very crazy, so I'm just, you know, want to get into the game here and just chill. You know what I mean? I just need to release. Alright, so yeah, so you can see the cores here running at 4.1. Like, I don't know why. I was able to overclock this chip before to like 4.6 on all cores. But I don't know. For some reason, I can't do it. Maybe I got to do a BIOS update or something. But whatever. I mean, it seems to be running smooth. I mean, I don't see. I mean, it's an 8-core processor, so I mean, it shouldn't really have any trouble, even at 4.1 gigahertz, right? So, and the temperatures, I mean, they seem to be pretty good with the all-in-one cooler. So, NVIDIA, you know, the fans are ramped up pretty good. Yeah, so the GPU wattage is up to like 110. So that's okay. All right. So right now I have it running at 1080p, borderless now. I don't have path tracing on yet, okay, but I will. And I have it on DLSS quality because I wanted to let you guys see at 1080p. I mean, we're getting 73 frames per second out here. You know, where it's even more barren, you know, it can actually go up to near 80. So it's only when you get into like these vegetation here, see that it starts to go down because you got more shadowing going on here. So the one thing that I wanted to talk about is sunlight, okay? Like right now it's about midday. Okay, now when you're out here, I don't really think path tracing is really necessary. So if you're messing around out here for whatever reason, and I wish that there was more to do out here actually. I mean, there's quite a bit to do out here, but I wish they would add more quests out here. That would be great. Here you can see we dropped a little bit here. I'm not sure why. Probably because we got more stuff off in the distance. So like those rocks out there are casting shadows. Even way out there, that's casting a shadow. That's casting a shadow. So with the ray tracing, you know, it's casting those distant shadows. Now you can turn that off. Excuse me. I think. I don't know like if it works with the ray tracing though. Why is that off? Where is it at now? It has distant shadows here. But I don't know if that matters when you have ray tracing on. Again, this is one of the problems with, like, you don't know, like, if it's just this isn't being used or what, you know? So here you go, level of detail and shadows cast by sun on distance objects. So you can put that on low, right? So I don't know if that actually helps. I mean, there isn't a lot of distant shadows. So these rocks are casting shadows. So let's go over there and see, like, if we get a distant, like we have that, a bunch of junk here that's casting shadows, right? So we got to get up kind of high though so we can see them. All right, so there's some shadows cast there. But again, you can't really see them. Yeah, let me get closer. So out here with ray tracing, DLSS quality, and ray tracing is on ultra, so there isn't a lot of really going on here. Alright, so we do, let's see here. Let's see if we turn up this thing again. Alright, so it's doesn't look like there's much shadows here anymore. That's weird. Huh. Well, the sun is kind of high in the sky, so there isn't that many long shadows right now. So maybe that's the reason. So let's see. I'm curious about these bags and stuff, because what I wanted to talk about sunlight was, I don't think there's much difference in the shadows when you're in the sunlight. I talked about this in my the other video that I did, right? So the sun shadows are kind of like, seems like they're their own thing. Like, even though the path tracing does change them, it doesn't really seem like it's changing it a whole lot, you know? Like, let's put on path tracing. Now, you know, I'm sure that in a side-by-side video, I don't know why it wasn't this low before. Anyway, I might have to turn down the resolution, but you know, like I don't see a big difference here. Whoop, oh my. See, there really isn't a big difference there in any of the sun shadows. At least that I notice, you know? See, I mean, it didn't even seem like it changed at all. I mean, the only thing that might be different is like the lighting on the objects might be slightly different. Yeah, like, see, the papers there are brighter, right? So when I turn on path tracing, see where there's no direct light, but you know, it seems like though the other one actually looked better. Or where are we at here? What am I on ray oh no. Sorry. Yeah, path tracing, you have the reflection off the ground, right? I'm getting confused here, sorry. Right? So everything's kind of brighter except for like right there. right? Like right there, you have that car kind of blocking the reflection off the ground because it's making a shadow. And as you move this way, the papers get brighter and brighter. The cardboard gets brighter and brighter. And then over here, you have the sunlight more direct, right? So, whereas with the ray tracing, see how dark everything is? It's not really reflecting off the ground. So you don't have that global illumination. But my point is this, is that even though that looks nice, right? The path tracing looks nice. Does look better, in my opinion. I mean, when it's this bright out, are you really going to be worrying about shadows? You know what I'm saying? Like when you're out in the open like this? I mean, do you really care what the shadow looks like on that cactus over there? Or that shadow, underneath that, this thing? Night City is a whole different story, right? Night City, you love the city. You want to see the city in all of its, bright, lovely colors, right? But out here, I mean, it's just a barren kind of wasteland looking situation. So if we turn off path tracing, I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm going to take side by side and look at it later. I mean, look at that and then look at path tracing. Right? I mean, yeah, I'm looking at like a pretty wide area here and we're not like right up against stuff, but I mean, is it really worth playing at 25 frames per second out here? That's weird. Why did that come on? So that's all I'm saying. It's like with the sunlight, I mean, yes, the path tracing does look better. Because if we go to like some of these other places, here. All right, so like we have the umbrella here, right? Oops, the umbrella. There's the umbrella. Let's take a picture. Turn off path tracing. Now, again, I'm sure there's a difference, but again, out here where it's like super bright, I mean, the shadow does look a little more fuzzy around the edges, which is what it's supposed to be, right? But again, are you really going to care? And this stuff doesn't really, I mean, I guess it is kind of casting a shadow, but it just looks really weird. I don't know why. That's not a very good looking spot there. Now at nighttime, this has a different kind of a look to it, but let's check out, let's look at the reflections here, right? We got the reflections off the bags, so that's a really good showcase here, right? I guess. So let's turn off path tracing. So you still have some reflections, but something changed. Not sure what changed. Did I take a picture? Let's go back to path tracing. Yeah, so they're more like distorted in the water, right? So, and there might be a few more reflections that you didn't see before, right? But again, out here in the sun, even in the city, like in the business district, right? There really wasn't much of a difference. I mean, there was a difference, but it wasn't like something that was like, ooh, ah, you know, like there wasn't a wow factor to it. You know, it was just like the sun's super bright and you got shadows, you know. Um, Again, you're not really going to be showcasing, you know, in your mind the um, Militech, huh? You're not going to be showcasing in your mind, you know, the shadows. Like, I mean, again, it's nice to have the path tracing like all the time, but like out here, what would I rather want? 30 frames per second at 1080p or I mean, um, you know, just about at 60. You know, it drops down a little bit lower when you're getting near stuff, but you know, you're in the 50s, right? You go from 25 to 30 to 50, so it's not really worth. To me, it's not the fidelity is not worth the drop in FPS here because I just don't think that it's really a worthwhile showcase unless you're in an area where there's like a um, where there's a lot of stuff. Like for instance, let me get my motorcycle here. See, like here you have more detail, right? So let's go back to path tracing. Alright, so we're at path tracing. But again, the bike is really the main object in the scene here, right? Because you can't really tell too much about what's going on over there. So the shadow on the bike looks good. But I mean, that's it. It really didn't, you know, it's only that. So out here, you know, you don't really need, in most areas, that advanced path tracing. What's that? Oh wow, look at that. The guy here. Z, track job. Oh, job complete? Oh, I must have already done it. Or maybe not. Okay, so this is the one there probably. Alright, so now there is one place that we can go out here that would probably showcase. Here, let's check this out here. Here's another spot here. Alright, so I'm running this again on RTX 2070. So if people say that there's not enough VRAM to run the game, I mean, that's just pretty stupid. So here you have some nice shadowy lines here. Let me get back to path tracing first. Okay, so that's the path traced. Okay, let's do it from this direction. Because we got the motorcycle and the truck there too. So this is path trace. You can see that the wires, they're fuzzy around the edges because they're farther away, right? So that's accurate. And it, you know, kind of seems like the ray tracing is doing the same thing because they're farther away. So I mean, there isn't that much difference. It seems like the the team. Oh, yeah, path tracing. The team did a good job of like tweaking these shadows pretty good, you know, the way that they figured they should be. I mean, I'm sure they're a little different, but again, you have to kind of really like look. Like that doesn't look much different, right? Again, I love ray tracing. Like I enable it in every game that has it. I don't care if it tanks my frame rate or not. Obviously, I don't want it to be under 30, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm not against it. So for me to say don't use it, that's a big deal. And the only reason that I'm saying that is because in a lot of cases, there isn't much difference. You know, I think I gotta go over to, let's see, where are the, I actually want to go to the hotbeds. Where the heck is it? Where's Biotechnica? I thought that was over here. That's the solar arrays there. I think Biotechnica's here, isn't it? Alright, so I gotta find a fast travel. Alright, so we can, I think we got one here, don't we? Yeah. Yeah, so see the ray tracing now here, when you have a lot of stuff around.
No, I haven't heard anything. We lost contact with him a few days ago. We don't plan to... Uh-huh. Understood. I'll inform his family. Uh-huh. No need to explain, sir. Yes, I fully understand. I'll take care of it personally. Affirmative.
All pleasure. Bravo. Provides 330.
See if I can do something here. No, I can't do anything there. So like in here, right, you have no shadows. So in here, the path tracing will work. I guarantee you. So let's put on path tracing. Boom, look at that. What a difference. Right? But what a difference in frame rate. Right? So you can either turn the resolution down or you can put it on performance. So we'll put it up to performance and see if that helps. So we're up to 2930 frames per second. So performance may not work, but it does look different. See, so you have shadows now. Look at the shadows on the guy. Right? What a difference. So let's take a screenshot here. And then we'll go back to ray tracing, which will be ridiculously high now. And look, nothing. I mean, there's not one shadow cast, so that's very odd. I mean, it's really, how did they have ray tracing implemented and then, you know what I mean? It's just weird. I don't know. So I'll try to play like this. Like everything looks better. Definitely looks better. Yeah, I mean, look at that. So if you see that, you know, versus this, it's quite a difference. See that? So quite a difference. So you know, when you're in like places like this, you know, you can enjoy the path tracing. You know, where there's a lot of like little objects that are going to be casting shadows, you know? And again, you can turn the resolution down. You can go up to quality, right? Quality again, which will drop the frame rate. You know, you have to give it time to adjust. But you know, you can drop it down to like you know, you don't have to, but I mean, you can drop it down to like 900p. You know? Let's see what our frame rate is. So it's still 31. So I mean, you might as well keep it at 1080p and just put it on performance, right? Even if you go down even lower, like let's say you went down to let's see, 600 by 900, 400's kind of squished. I mean, 1440 by 900 gives you 35, right? Still looks good though. 769p. That gives you 40, a solid 40, right? Now I can make this bigger in the OBS here. Oh, actually, it's not. Oh yeah, because I'm not doing like a game capture. Oops. Yeah, so I mean, you can knock it down and then just put it on full screen, right? Just put it to full screen. See, so I mean, and you know, it's the fidelity will be a little less, I guess. So you can either do it at native, right? If you're, especially if you're on a small screen anyway. I mean, if you're on like a 27-inch screen, I don't think oops, I almost fell. I don't think it's gonna change much, you know, as far as like how good it looks. Like I'm playing on a 32-inch screen, so that's a big difference, you know. But if I was on a 27-inch screen, this would look perfectly fine, you know. And you can play at DLSS quality. Oops, oh, I didn't have the photo mode thing on, but you know what I mean? And you can still get a nice solid 36, well, 36 in here. Whoa. How is he seeing me? That's very weird. That was a glitch. So out here it's a little lower.
No need to explain, sir. Yes, I fully understand.
So if we put it back on window borderless so we can change it again. Yep. What? Huh? Oh yeah, there we go. So you can turn it up a little bit higher. Like 1600 by 900p. Put it on full screen.
I'll take care of it personally.
And you know, you're about at 27, 28. So I mean, I probably would go 1080p performance. I mean, that's probably what I would do. You know what I mean? To me, that would be better. So, and I'm getting like 33. Maybe out here I might get a little less.
No, I haven't heard anything. We lost contact with him a few days ago. We don't plan to.
Boy, the glare.
Hey.
Wonder if I can get this guy. Let's see, synapses burnout.
You are instructed to reveal yourself. Locating suspect.
Oops, I didn't want to do that.
Suspect.
Come on, die.
Orders confirmed. Locating suspect.
What?
You are instructed to reveal yourself. Locating suspect. Commencing neutralizing threat.
What a mess! Move!
So you can see it's glitching out.
Suspect is hiding
The
nearby.
denoising. How do they see us? How do they see me all the time?
Keep the pace!
Ooh, friendly.
Neutralize the target!
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him out here. Come on. Oops.
Hit confirmed.
Think we're done here. Yeah, so yeah, so definitely playable. I mean, it doesn't really seem like it's, the frame times are pretty decent. Let me see if there's anything around here to collect. I don't think so. But we do have a Militech vehicle. It's mine, all mine. So let me head over to the Biotechnica, if that's what it's called over here. Why is the radio on? I turned the radio off. Car radio, I had it down. Why does it keep coming back up? Oh, this is where you hang out with Pan Am. Somebody here? Okay, so here we have, here it's dropping. Right, so we're getting about 29, 30 here. So let's take a picture. Then we'll put regular ray tracing on. See what the difference is. I mean, not sure really what the difference is. See, I don't usually play in performance mode. You know, I always play in quality mode. So it's you know, there is a difference there. I mean, it does look better with the path tracing. Again, when you got it in performance mode, you're rendering at a lower resolution, so you know, it's kind of messes up the whole. So if we put it in quality here, we're getting about 20 frames per second. So not really playable. You know, it's tough at 1080p with this card. I mean, outside you're fine, but once you get like in the city or in buildings, then you know, you're kind of getting all those shadows. So if you put it on performance, you know, I don't think we can really go up to 1440. That's gonna kill us. I don't even know if it'll let us. No, because I don't have the desktop. I got the desktop at 1080. Um, yeah, so here's performance. So we're at about 30. Inside here it's a little rough. Again, you can turn it down, turn the resolution down, right? I think it's the smoke and stuff that's really causing it to, I'm curious if what the difference is here. It's probably the global illumination. Why does the photo mode keep going off? Yeah, so here, let's look at that dust. So we don't have the dust anymore? Or it only, oh there we go, yeah. So, I mean, it looks nice here, but you don't have the global illumination, right? So you don't have the glow, you don't, it looks a little bit better. So if we do a screenshot there. You know, it looks better with the path tracing. You know. But again, it all depends on what you're willing to sacrifice, right? Like in here, this looks different too, I think. So we're in path tracing, we'll put on ray tracing. Yeah, so look at that. Quite a difference there, right? Very different. You know, we jump all the way up to 75 in performance mode. You know? And then with the path tracing, we're going down. So that's what it should look like. You know? So I guess I wasn't here yet. Apparently. So, you know, again, you can turn down your resolution, right? You can go up to quality. And then you can turn your resolution down. I mean, you can go all the way to 720. You know? There isn't too many in between here that are like 16 by 9. Like 768, I think is. What are we up to with that one? I think we did that earlier, right? So we're still, you know, like 32. I mean, you got a little bit more frames, you know. It's definitely going to be probably staying above. Well, maybe not. It's going down to 29 again there. So here I opened a door, right? So let's check the difference here. So there's going to be a little bit different lighting here now, right? So this is path tracing, and this will be ray tracing. Boy, it doesn't like staying in that photo mode. Yeah, so see, now you lost all the shadows. You know, there's like no shadows there. Boom. See, it looks better. Looks much better. You know, you got a couple anomalies here and there. You know, this probably, I wonder if this is going to look really different or not. Nah, not really much different. Just the, again, it's not as lit up and the shadows are more cut, right? Much more cut. I mean, we could go to 720p. You could go to 960, but that's squished. You could go 1280 by 768, but, and then this is 720. Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. So, you know, you're not going to get much different. Like now we're like in a solid 34. You know, it's still dipping down though, so it's like, you know, the lower you go, the more CPU bound limited you're probably going to be, right? So, but I mean, we're at 97% GPU utilization, 30% CPU. You know? So, you know, if you have a small enough screen, you know, the 720 will do just fine. Wow, a lot of grenades, huh? Out here we should get higher. Yeah, we're up to like 44. And that's at 720p quality DLSS. So, you know, it's definitely pretty solid at 720. I don't think you have to play at 720. What, you know, you just need to get that you just need to get the GPU utilization. Oh, I don't know, you can break the glass, huh? Look at that. Interesting. Whoa. So let's go over to the Biotechnica. Make sure I got sound over here. And I'm assuming I have sound. So again, depending on where you are, you can do 1080p, right? I mean, you can do 1080p all the time. $1050 is a pretty good resolution too. It's a little squashed though, maybe. So that's at 29. So if you go to 1080, that's like the proper resolution. Right? So we're at like 30, and you know the CPU utilization's 25. This GPU's at 98, 99%. It's going up a little. So you can probably out here just put it on balanced. Maybe get a couple extra frames. Still looks good. And you get the full path tracing, right? Let's see what we got here. Can I get over here? Yeah, so we're dropping down a little bit here. So you probably want to go to performance. And I don't know if dropping the FOV helps. I don't think that's really going to matter. Just because... Yeah, I don't think it's really going to matter much. See, like when you're in a city, you're going to have to drop the resolution. What was that? Oh! What do we got here? Oh, landmines, probably. Oh yeah, look at that. This is where the cyber psycho, I think, is. Yeah. I don't know if I probably didn't do this quest yet. Can't get in there. Yeah, so we got some shadows going on here. Yeah, they don't really look too much different. A little less fuzzy. But look at the frame rate. We're up to 67 on performance mode in ray tracing. Then with path tracing, with the overdrive, we're at like 30. Can't get in. Yeah, the sun's starting to go down now. Yeah, so the shadows are a little more defined, I guess. Little less, they're less fuzzy when you put on regular ray tracing. You know, there is a lot of shadowing going on here in global illumination. So the path tracing is going to be doing some work. But when you get out in the open here, you don't really need it. Let's see if the truck has real-time reflection. Yeah, it does. There is a reflection. So what's going on now? So right now I have path tracing on and getting 52 frames per second. So uh-oh, here comes a storm. Storm is coming. No. Yeah, so I mean it's really not using different shadows that much. But maybe with this dust storm it's gonna drop. Wow. It's just very glaring. I wonder if it changes when you put it on ray tracing, if it's less glaring. No, not really. Wow. Pretty bad. Alright, where's fast travel? Oh, right here. I was right near it. Yeah, let's fast travel over to Biotechnica there. This way? Yeah. So the dust storm doesn't seem to really give a big hit. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be really taking a big hit here. Alright, so we want to go here, I guess. Let's see if there's a sandstorm there. Wow, sandstorms here.
Do I know you? Well,
Probably not. Alright, so let me get my motorcycle. We can fast forward time. Again, we're at performance 1080p. Whoa, oh. Oh. So we do have, it's like, I don't know if that's going to be different. Let's see. Probably isn't going to be much different. Yeah, just higher frame rate. So the dust storm, you can turn it up. You know, you can take off. I mean, path tracing really, because I mean, you're not really gonna see a whole lot of detail in this mess. So I'm gonna go to the end here if I don't kill myself, and I'm gonna turn it to nighttime. Whoop, yo. Ugh. Oh, where's the other road? Ooh, what do we got there? Electrical damage. Corporate wanted list. Interesting. They must have got him. Let me see here. How do I get over here? I'm gonna see if I can go around. This place looks really cool at nighttime. Might be able to cut through there. So we're getting like 34, 33 in here. Everything's blocked off. Let me see if I can jump up. No, wow, they won't let you jump up, huh? There we go. Interesting. They won't let you in. That sucks. Well. Huh. Weird. Alright, let me change the this storm is really getting on my nerves. So let's bring it to nighttime here. Gotta go all the way up to 9:58, huh? Alright, so hopefully that storm is done. Alright, good. Whew. So now we got the headlight, we got the lights on the motorcycle, right? And we got the light on the bike. So let's see what it's like with just regular ray tracing. Not a lot different. But the shadows do look more realistic. Of course, everything looks better out here because of the hotbeds. But we're still getting a pretty good frame rate out here, you know? There isn't a lot of, well, do not want me to go in here. Now, why do they have something in here? It says buy a vehicle. How the frick am I supposed to get there? Thought it was blocked off. Alright, let's go back. So she's running pretty good. With the fully path traced on performance. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice that. Or did I already come down here? No, I guess I didn't. Alright, so here we got some... Here looks pretty interesting. We even got shadows on the bike. Alright, so let's get off here. Alright, so here we got some kind of city lighting going on here. I don't know if I should get over here. Yeah, let's try to do like that. See if there's much of a oops, sorry about that. Crap. See if there's much of a difference here. Oh, no shadow at all. Wow. But we go up to 78 frames per second on regular ray tracing on performance. Did I take a picture? Yeah. So wow. So path tracing is giving us more shadows, better lighting, right? See, I always wonder about this mist here, but I don't think that's really going to change a lot. I don't think much is going to be different with that. I mean, we can check the side by side. It's a little easier to tell. When you're trying to look, you know, quickly, it's not as prevalent, you know. But we're getting 36 frames per second. I mean, that's pretty good smoke there. Let's see if we can get something different. If it looks any different with the ray tracing. I mean, it just seems like the smoke might be just look a little bit more like realistic. I mean, it has more substance to it, you know, with the path tracing. Especially when you get up close. I mean, it looks really much better. So here, let me make sure we're on path tracing here, yeah. So here we're getting 44. So not bad. So now we have that open. We got the denoising, a little bit of a denoising going on here. Yeah, so there isn't going to be a lot, you know, much different here. I don't think there's going to be much that's going to be different as far as looks go. I mean, you got the drum there with the shadows, and you got the... Let me get up top here. Yeah. So you got the shadow there, and the drum. So let's see if that changes. Wow, nothing. That's pretty crazy. I can't believe that there's no shadow there. Why? Alright, so that did change. That changed. So that was different. So that's probably more accurate. You know? The way the lights... The way those transformers are shadowing themselves. You know? Wow, look at this thing. What do we got there? Clothing. What about in here? Seems like it's dropping. Why is it dropping? Let's see what the difference is here. So we're at 29 frames per second. So something's going on in here. So what's different there? It's more glowy with the path tracing, more global illumination. So on regular ray tracing, we got the red lights in the front. It's not really dispersing a lot. The light in the back there, that's kind of like more direct on the wall. We got the light over here. Not sure what that thing's doing on the right hand side there. You got the lights on the car there, the white lights on the car and in the front. The floor looks kind of dull, but you know, let's see. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it looks better this way. It looks more natural. But we're so used to seeing it the other way that it's like, you know, our brains say, oh, this looks weird, you know? But it's not weird. Ooh. What, this thing? I don't have this yet? 99,000. Do I even have 99,000? I'm poor. I got 80,000. I don't even have enough to buy it. Yeah. I'm a poor merc. What do we got here? Oh, we got people. They got some shadows. Let's see, how can we do this? Like that, maybe?
What now?
Let's see if their shadows go away. No, not really. Oh.
Watch your own self!
So what are they getting a reflection from? The moon? Like I'm getting a reflection from this light here. And so is he. So let's see if my shadow and his shadow changes. Let's go back to path tracing here. Alright, so it's a little...
Could always be worse.
Little fuzzier, which is probably natural, right? Yeah, definitely
Hello.
more sharp on the shadows there, for sure. Alright, well, I mean, I guess you kind of get the idea with what I was saying about the sun earlier. And again, you know, there are some areas out here that will benefit from path tracing, but if you're really not doing anything, you know, I don't know. I mean, if you're really not in... Are they gonna let me on here? No, they don't let you on there. Huh. Weird. I mean, if you're not doing anything that really, like, is gonna tickle your fidelity fancy, then you can turn off path tracing out here. You know, while you're just like, you know, traveling around or whatever, but things do look a little better. I mean, especially when you have those lights all over the place. I mean, it does look better with path tracing, even at nighttime. I think it looks better. So it really depends on what you want, you know. So let me go to Night City and see if we can survive path tracing in Night City. But we are definitely going to have to turn down the resolution. I mean, there's just no way. There's no way we're going to be able to play at 1080p in Night City. It just ain't happening. Night City is going to kill us. So we can try Pacifico first. Because there's some nice areas there, you know, that have lighting that we can check out. I have to watch my time because I got to go pick up the kids, so I don't have much time left. Okay, so actually we're not doing too bad right here. So here's the shadows with these people. We turn them off. They're more cut, right? Yeah, they're more like soft. So I'm sure the more that we get into like heavier reflected areas, I don't know why it keeps minimizing. That's weird. That's very strange. I mean, we're actually still in the 30s here, which I'm quite surprised. Do I have this thing on path tracing? I do. So 1080p performance? Maybe? I don't know if the FOV changes. Let's see if the FOV drops it at all. No, the FOV really isn't hurting it at all. Let's see what this looks like right here. Here's a nice little kind of reflective spot here. Let's take some pictures and look at the differences. Yeah, it's very hard to tell the difference. I don't think that's going to change much because that's probably baked in.
Capital is the blood of the global system of oppression.
Now, what do we got down here? Ah, the beach. The beach. See, these fireplaces are interesting because the lighting is different. Like here we're at 27. I'm not sure why. But let's see if there's what the difference is. All right, so
Staring is rude.
I mean, it's just
You
not.
know that, right?
They don't have shadows.
Experience the NUSA's biggest
You know, it's not as like illuminated, I guess you could say, bloomy. I don't really like the bloominess to the path tracing, but yeah, so they got shadows back now, so yeah, so I guess
Slow down.
the vegetation here is getting illuminated. So I guess that's what's and then you got the long shadow here with him. You can see him moving. So but if you go out here, oh, my nose itches. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, I got you now, Rob.
What an awful place! Thank you!
Wow, somebody actually said thank you for once. Yeah, definitely not the place for you to be hanging out, lady. That's for sure. But I got myself a motorcycle. Which one do I want? Let's go up here. Let me get the motorcycle. So here it's 43. Well, actually back there it was let's see. Let me go back. It actually was dropping down. Yeah, so here it's like in the 20s, right? So not sure. I'm assuming the global illumination is what is doing it. I mean, I don't know which would be a better angle to look at here. I don't see much shadowing going on though. I mean, it doesn't look that much different. I mean, it looks more crisp and clear this way. Again, some people might say they'd rather play it that way than take the hit, which I can, you know, kind of understand. Because this isn't like, you know, I wouldn't say this is like the more prettier areas, you know what I mean?
Save yourselves.
So here we got it's dropped down to the 20s. Right here. I don't really see what the difference is going to be here. So there's no shadows. Like the shadows disappear on some things. And then of course the lighting on the ground is different. Unfortunately, you know, being in performance mode, you know, you really drop the quality a lot, right? So in quality mode, we're in, you know, 20 frames per second. Sometimes you wonder, like, what would push it up to 30? Like, it's getting a solid 21 frames here, you know? Is it the, oops, is it the RT cores? You know, what is it? So this is with just regular ray tracing, and we shoot up to 51, you know? Again, this is quality mode. See what the difference is here. Yeah, everything's just kind of crispier. You know, so it's kind of like, it's an odd situation, you know, because, I mean, I would say in most areas the path tracing overdrive looks better. But like in this case here, you know, it's like, if you look at this scene right now, you can be really happy with the way it looks. But of course over there on the other side of the street, you saw that there were shadows that were not rendering, right? So you could notice it there, but maybe here you can't notice it as much. Unless you're like really looking for it, you know? You know, like it doesn't, you know, again, we would have to do a side-by-side picture, you know, of what the differences are. And train our brains again to figure out like what's different. You know, like right now I'm looking at this scene and going, okay, what changed? I mean, I know it looks different, like overall there's a difference in the look, but what specific differences do you notice? It's really hard to tell, right? So in this particular kind of a scene, it's like you're not going to notice too much difference. But if you have a lot of things that are like, oh, is he hostile? I guess he is. Let me put it back on performance so I can expedite these guys here. So we're going to do a system reset. Wow, that's a lot of people right there.
Молись, чтобы мы тебя не нашли. Чё? А? Man, I hate this cowardly shit.
Now make it quick, I promise.
У нас тут крыса! Глядеть в оба!
This guy ain't down yet? Thought I got him already. So here we're getting, why is the music playing again? Where's the radio? Then another one? So here we got some shadows. So this is probably a good spot to look at contrast. Let's see if it changes. So not much. It's just, again, the shadows are not soft, right? They're more defined. We're still like above 30, so not bad, not bad. Let's see, can we go inside here? Probably not. What's this? Okay. I'm not sure what that did. I guess you can't go in that building. Over here looks like there's some lighting. So let's go. Oh. Oh. Are they hostile? Probably. Assaulting and assault by mob. Surprised I don't have the poison or whatever it is. Let me see here. Boy, I got a lot of points there still. Let's see. No. Come on. Cyberware, what do we got here? Contagion. These are all pretty good ones I got in here. Hmm. I like the contagion. That's always fun to use. Well, let's change it.
First, I'll take your eyes. You hear? This is not good!
Nope, it isn't. Okay, so here, we're still in the 30s. Nice blade. Out here, though, it dropped for some reason. I guess maybe because of the shadowing here? Possibly. Yeah, it's just more glowy, like the light's bouncing off everything. What?
Sweet, 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 clean speed. 'Cause life is too short to be slow.
These guys are watching TV.
All pleasure. Bravo. Price 330%.
They don't even notice me. Or do they? I don't think there's going to be much difference here. Yeah, you can notice a little bit of a difference there. A real man's smell, huh? She's playing a video game or something. That's funny. Yeah, so the shadows here are more crispy, as you can see. Again, you know, in a way they look better, like in some way, but you know, if you want things to look more realistic at nighttime, then you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna have to go with the path tracing. Alright, I only got a few more minutes left, so let's go somewhere that we're gonna see a lot of. Let's see here. Where is the Metro Stadium? Probably around the chapel and the hotel. Yeah, just straight up here. You can see the denoising when you're moving. Are these guys hostile? Oh, they're hostile. What the heck? Always got to be hostile.
Maybe the house.
Let's see if I can get this guy. Come on. Let's see if I can breach him. Ah. Let's see, 1C. Yep. Great. Contagion. Hee.
Найду тебя, сука, и ноги повыдергаю. Тогда не убежу. Блядь. Говно.
Can't shoot through, huh? Usually can shoot through the wall. Oh, they're all coming after me now. I'm in their territory. Woohoo! Baby.
Fuck it all! Вот это очень плохо. Перезаряжаюсь!
Where's he shooting me from? Can't get over the sign. Oh, I can't.
Ты похуй.
How did she get up there? Oh, here, I guess. that. Where are they shooting me from now? Let's see. Where are you? I don't have the right scope. Oops. Yeah, that's not the right scope button. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the right kind of scope. Can't tell where they're shooting me from. So we're getting like 25 here. See what the difference is. I don't really see much of a difference. But let's see. I don't know. It's hard to tell how it's I guess I'm assuming the global illumination is what's doing it. The bouncing, you know, off of each other. I think it's time to
She's mine!
Fight fair!
Sit down, cocksucking fuck! Congeles!
Перезаряжаюсь! From behind!
Make decisions! Бей бабло!
Oops, wrong one.
We know where you're hiding! Fuck the beach! Fuck her from behind!
That's a lot of people.
Come at me if you think you're hard!
Oh, there he is. All done. Not all done. Got a sniper rifle. sucker.
Shit's blowing up!
Two can play at that game. Ooh, what do we got there? So we're pretty good at 1080p performance. I mean, I can play. Seems to be hovering around 30-ish, you know, at a pretty steady. I mean, I'm not really getting like, you know, it's not really like laggy. The frame times you can see are fairly smooth. You get a spike here and there, but you know, again, we're not in the heart of the city, which may be more demanding. But I mean, that area there was probably pretty good depiction of I'm gonna get two at once, watch. Ah, crap. Not gonna let me do it, are they? Let's see if we can get two at once.
Да я тебя с потрохами сожру, падла!
Ah, I hate the scope.
Got her! Take the side! Don't rush me!
I got her!
Fuck it all! Got!
Still got somebody else? All done, dude. Yep, sun's coming up. Let's see if there's anything here. It's dropping a little bit. Yeah, it's just the global illumination. Again, if you want a little more frames, you can just drop it down to 1050p. So, well, that's actually a little squished. Where is it? 900p, I guess. Yeah, 900p. And then that'll jump you all the way up to 40. That's with full path trace. $74 if you just want ray tracing. Again, that's at performance. You might even be able to go to, like, if you do 900p, you might even be able to go balance. Let's see what balance does. 32 with balance. Let's see if it drops over here though. Yeah, it still drops down to the 20s, so you probably want to keep it on performance. But again, it depends on whether the CPU is doing more work. Yeah, so performance, it's at 37 here, so you could do 900p performance, you know, and the game still looks fairly good. I mean, again, on a bigger screen, it's going to look worse. But if you have like a 27-inch screen, I don't think it's really going to matter.
Remember, there's no need to be afraid of sharks. The last royal shark died in 2067.
900p used to be like my go-to for laptops. Like if I didn't have, you know, a very good internal graphics card. I mean, here we got some, not really much going on here. Let's see how the scene changes if we put it on ray tracing. You know, I mean, yeah, it's just tough, man. Deciding on whether you want that global illumination or not. I mean, it looks. Again, we're at a lower resolution, so that probably is playing into the mind trick. You know what I mean? If you were playing at like 1440 or native 1080p, it'd probably be a different, you know, your whole opinion's probably going to change, right? So, let me see, what time is it? Yeah, we got like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to go like right into the heart of the city here and see like how things go. I'll fast forward it to nighttime. But I mean, you can do it with an RTX 2070. It is doable. Now we got a lot of spikes there, I don't know why. Oh, here's probably going to be a nice spot here. Wow, what a drop. Woo, wow. Let me save here and reload, because sometimes when you reload it, it may be pretty bad here. I don't know. We might have to go down to 720. Whew. And again, 720 on a smaller screen's not bad. Of course, it's not what you wanted to play when you got your 2070, right? But you know, if you want to experience the new technology, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. Yeah, so it's definitely woo. Yeah, so I don't know what there's a lot of stuff going on here apparently. Wow. Let me get away from the cops here because wow, look at this. 12 frames per second. Whew. Ouchie. And we're not even at nighttime. And we're on performance. Whew. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to drop her down to 720. I mean, let's just not. 960? Is that squished? Yeah, that's squished. That's squished. That's not squished. 768? Nah. 768's not enough. Wow, I wasn't expecting it to be this this bad here. Wow. Because I started outside, so I didn't really how about 800p? That's a little bit distorted. But again, we're CPU bound maybe, so it's kind of like a catch-22. You know what I mean? Because I mean the CPU here or the GPU is at 99%, so I don't know. 22. Wow. Amazing. Huh. Wow. Yeah, I'm totally surprised. Let's put it on quality and see what happens. Okay, so we put it up to quality, right? So it didn't change much. It's still about 20. So what do? I mean, it's a 99% GPU. It's only running at 138 watts, so is it CPU bound? You know, I don't know if that 99% is accurate there with the GPU, although up there MSI Afterburner is saying it's at 99%. So is this the maximum we can get with this card in the city? 20 frames per second? Oh my god. Maybe we should put it up to back up to 1080p and put it on ultra performance. Or we could do like 1920 by 1200, but that's squished. That's going to be a slideshow. Maybe we should put it on 1080p ultra performance. Let's see if that does anything. And we'll turn the FOV down. Hey, what happened? It didn't change? Why is it squished still? Oh, there we go. So 1080p. Okay, so this is really weird now. 1080p. FOV is lower. Let's turn that back up because it doesn't seem to really matter. Let's try 90. So we're on path tracing, right? So now we're up to 35% on ultra performance. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. I mean, or you can just put it on regular ray tracing. I mean, I guess regular ray tracing puts you up to 60s. So you could probably do quality, I would imagine. Let's see. So, yeah, I mean, in the city, quality, well, it's still pretty tough. Still pretty tough on it, depending on where you're looking. 40's that way, 30's this way. If you move, probably going to be dropping.
Do I know you?
She's chromed out.
Get an honest job.
So I'd have to change the desktop resolution. Whoops. Let me change the desktop resolution. I gotta put it on. Sorry. I have to put it on. Let's put it on performance. Let's put it on borderless. Yeah, see, sometimes it glitches out. I don't know why it does that. Because we're on performance now, so it should be. So it's glitching out. Guess I gotta save it again and load in. Is it back now? Yeah, nope. Now it's at 14 again. Why? What did I do? Is it still on? It should be higher now. Sometimes if you change the resolution, it'll go back to normal. Let's see. Nope. There you go. Now it's back. Alright, so let me change the desktop resolution now. I hate when it does that. Yeah. So we can put this up to 1440. Let's put it up to 14. Up. Oh, I guess I gotta go out and come back in the game. That sucks. Full screen, maybe? Let's see if it gives us the options. I think you gotta restart the game in order for it to, boy, I don't know what's going on here. It's using all 8 gigs. So you probably gotta go, well, it's on performance. I don't understand. Alright, so we're on balance now. 1080p balanced. And they won't let us go up to 1440 because we gotta... So we're on balanced here. And then if we go to quality... And now it's glitching out again. I think because we might be VRAM limited, I'm not sure though. It's at 8 gigs. I'm not sure if that's GPU memory. Yeah, I guess it is. It's allocating 17 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of memory. Yeah, so I think we're becoming, yeah. We're the 8 gigs is at the limit there. So balanced, we can do it. So 1080p balanced in the city. Path tracing, well, that's probably gonna really kill us. So now we're below at performance. So we'll have to go ultra performance if we're gonna do fully path trace in the city. So now we're back up to 8 gigs. Yeah, so we might be able to load it in if we save the game. So let's load it in and see if that helps or hurts. You would think it helps, but sometimes it doesn't. So you can do it at ultra performance. But the 8 gigs, I think, in the city is going to be the limiting factor here. See, that's not accurate, I don't think. It shouldn't be 14 frames per second. I'm not sure what's going on there. Something's not right. Let me change the resolution again, and then change it back. So if we do 1050p, it's in full screen mode. 900p, let's see what that does. Yeah, something's not right here. It's not loading in properly or something. Because we should be getting higher FPS for sure. At ultra performance, should definitely be getting more. Yeah, it's just something with it is not. Let's try to get over here and see if it fixes itself. Because it shouldn't be running this poorly here. Like, so here it's at 30 now, 29. Now it's going up, so it may be finally adjusting. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe it's loading in the buildings. I mean, I don't know what's happening. Okay, now let's see what it is over here. Could be because I changed it to 1440p. So this is 1080p. So if we drop it down to 1050, see if we get anything else out of it. Still low, so again, I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's put it on balanced again. It seemed like it was running better. So we're at a... I don't have up the frame graph here. I mean, the video card is not really working that hard. I mean, it's 64 degrees, only 130 watts, so we could be that we're CPU limited. Now you can change the let me put it back on full screen here. You can change the physics to the graphics card, which I was gonna try before. But again, you probably got to restart the game. This is not, let's see, let's get this down to 900. Again, this is with the path tracing. Let me shut off the path tracing so we can get some. Alright. So see, now it's back to 20s. It was up to the 30s before, so again, I don't really understand what's happening here. It's not making any sense. Something's freaking out. I want to check the physics. I want to see if you put the physics all on the graphics card, is that going to free up you know, the CPU, right? See, if we drop it down to like even 720 or 900p, 1440 by 900p, then that's going to make still the CPU, right? I mean, you gotta play with it, I guess. You're gonna have to play with it. See, like this should definitely be getting better performance right here. Like it should be able to handle this. See, right now the CPU is up to almost 40%. Let's see if we can change this thing right mid. It may crash. Let me get up the control panel. I gotta get going. So if you go to, where is it? So we can change this back to 1080p, because that might be screwing it up. The fact that I changed it. So let's put that back to 1080p. I don't know why it's saying 1920 by 1200. That's an odd resolution. So if we go up here to, where is it? Here it is. So if we put the GeForce 2070 for the physics, let's see if that changes anything. So we'll force it to go on the video card. But again, I don't know if you have to restart the game, or if that's just going to make it worse. Okay, so let's see here, what are we up? We're on ultra performance, 769. So let's go down to let's go to 960. That's squished. 768 maybe, yeah, that might be better. So we're at 33 frames per second now. Let's see what happens when we change this to performance. So now we got more VRAM again. So we're creeping up into the VRAM again. So I don't think we can go any lower than Ultra. But when you keep changing it, see, now it's up to 40s. How can it be up to the 40s? That doesn't make any sense. Now the CPU is at 64%. So we put all the physics on the graphics card, and now the CPU is up to 60%. Now again, this is without path tracing. right? This is just regular ray tracing. But we are up into the 50s now again, which to me that's makes more sense. But we're gonna have some more spikes because the graphics card is now using the physics, is doing all the physics. So all this stuff here, it's probably loading in. I don't know what the CPU is doing. Now we're back down to 20s again, so I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here. Doesn't make any sense. Ain't making no sense, man. So if we put it down to 720, now what? So now we're back up to the 50s. Still using 8 gigs of RAM though, or at least it's allocating 8 gigs of RAM, VRAM. CPU is at 64%. Again, if we go down to, let's go to balanced and see what it does. Oh, wow. It's actually, in the 40s, if you go to balanced, it looks better. But there's a lot more spikes now that you put all the physics on the, let's do ultra performance and path tracing. So we're fully path traced, but there's a lot of anomalies here. I don't know what that is. There's grass here that's not supposed to be here. Where's that coming from? There's a lot of noise. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it can path trace in the city. Outside, maybe? I guess you can do it outside, but not inside. Yeah, I guess if you try playing with the settings, maybe. I mean, I don't like playing with like low textures. Yeah, I'm going. I know, I'm looking. Yep, I understand. So, let's see here. So if we do... Let's see, there's really no way to change the, you can only put this on medium. See, it takes off the reflections, so I don't know if path tracing is going to change all that. You know? I don't think that really matters. See? Yeah. The only thing you might be able to do is turn down, like... all this to medium, maybe? But that's kind of defeating the purpose. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. Every time you change something, it just freaks out. I mean, it should be running better, right? We just turned everything down. Although it went to auto by itself. I don't know why it did that. So everything's at medium. I don't think the distance generated. So yeah, path tracing, it's just killing it. Even ultra, I don't think it's going to help. So it really doesn't matter, like the textures. The textures really don't mean anything. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps. Hope it was interesting. Peace.